Hi, I'm Christian.
And I'm Angela, and we are married
And bored. Hello, hello.
We're back.
We made it. We made it. I always say that.
You do. But, you know, maybe it's a positive spin on life. Like
we made it to this episode. Yeah.
Well, I am glad to be here talking with the people and you, Christian.
Yeah, it's just me right here, but people are listening.
Yes. It's been a while. And we have no special reason for that. Just
other than life will find a way to quote 30-year-old Jurassic Park.
We have no new children or cats that we can blame it on.
No.
So we just got sucked in by life.
Yeah, you know, it's the end. We wrapped up our school year. So we had a lot of just, not events, but there's just a lot that goes into that, right? With end of year soccer, end of year the summer programs.
Yes.
What are we going to do over the summer next year? You kind of get hit with all that at once.
Brain overload.
So we're like, well, we haven't played a game in quite a while.
Right. Which we will get to. But first I have to ask, what are you munching on or drinking over there?
You know what? I have nothing over here. This is a first. I have a cup of water.
I'm speechless.
I don't know what to do.
That is crazy.
It's probably why I'm fidgeting with my watch.
Yeah, Christian, just so you guys know, Christian always needs some sort of fidget toy, and I'm not saying that to be funny. He needs something to do with his hands during the recording of this show.
Yep.
And so it's either Skittles or hot tamales.
It's been a transformer before. I've been put one change it to a car, change it back, change it to a car, change it back.
Yeah.
See how many times I can do it. You should get the actual fidget thing that's up there on that shelf above the keyboard.
Does everybody out there see it?
Yeah.
You see that thing?
You should give that so I have something to click.
Okay, perfect.
You know what, Angela? What I wanted to do, and I thought about this, is start the show off by reading a review from iTunes.
For real?
Well, no, because no one's reviewed. No, we don't have any, which is why I wanted to make that joke and just say, hey, if you're listening, feel free to give us a review on iTunes. We'll read it on the show.
That was such a passive-aggressive way to get people to review us.
Well, you were like, are you serious?
Well, I was so excited. Maybe it's because we're kind of recording in the mid-morning here, which is not normal for us.
Yeah, I'm just really sharp right now.
Yeah, and I've got my cold brew, and we are, get ready for some sharpness, some quick wit.
No, but we would appreciate that, obviously. We're going to do our best throughout the summer, the hot heat, to ramp up and get some episodes out to everybody. And being able to get those reviews helps us get found and spread the word. So if you feel led, please do that. Please do so.
Yes.
Stand up, come forward. There are people up front.
Yes, we would love
They'll take your reviews.
Yes.
Well, Angela, we're going to do not a normal show, just kind of like a catch-up show.
Yeah, this is we've done one in the past. It was probably over 6 months ago, but we call it a chit and chat.
Chits and chats.
Because sometimes we just need an extended what's up.
That's true.
We just need to what's up the whole show.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and start.
Okay.
What's up with me? One random day, a few months ago or a month or so ago, I had just got the overwhelming feeling of oh my gosh, we have too many games, which is it doesn't happen very often. But I don't know what was going on. I was looking in our cupboard, and then in my office I had more. And then I was like, we still have all the ones outside.
Yeah.
That we just leave outside to the wilds.
We just leave them in the backyard. No, we have storage for them.
They're in the garage in a bucket.
Yes.
Oh, hey. And I was like, man, we should get rid of some of these. And so we are going through that process of trying to figure out how to do that, because it's not easy to do it. And because board games the way they are, everyone wants the newest game. And so when you have a game that's a few years old, like one we got rid of recently was Dead of Winter.
Yeah.
Like people are like, well, I don't really want that because that's made in 2015.
Yeah, so long ago.
I don't know. Like, how do you feel about the whole process that we've been trying to go through?
I feel good. I feel like there was some that I felt a slight pang of like, oh, but then I realized all of these games that we're getting rid of, they're not necessarily bad games at all. Maybe there's like one or two that are bad games, but they're just games that we're never going to choose over the ones that we
like. There's better ones out there.
Yeah. So once I viewed it that way, it was easier for me to let go and be like, okay, this can go to a home where someone is going to play it and really enjoy it. And we don't have to just keep it in our garage doing nothing.
Yeah. And the ones that have been in the garage were kind of put there for a reason. Like, we're not going to play these for a while.
Right.
And a while turned into like over a year.
Right.
Or more. And so now it's like, do we really need to keep these?
Right.
Some of them, like, what do you think was the hardest one for you to put up? Well, right now, so I should say we're trying to just sell them on Facebook. We live in Arizona. There is a used board game Facebook group that we are a part of, and we posted it up there just yesterday. And so we're trying to do it that way first before we go to secondhand stores and stuff like that. Yeah. So anyways, like, was there any that you were like, oh man, this one is hard for me to let go?
I think it was a little hard for me to let go of Fox in the Forest Duet, just because that's one that we have featured on our 2-player only episode.
Oh, yeah.
And we've played it a few times when we first got it. And then it's just been so long. And we have other 2-player games. Another one was Caper Europe by Keymaster Games.
Oh, yeah.
I just really, I really wanted to like it more than I did. It was good. It just wasn't, it's not going to get played over other things.
Sure.
Like I said.
Yeah.
So what about you?
I think one thing that, I mean, it's a game that I don't really enjoy playing, but it was just fun to be a part of the process of buying it, was the Stardew Valley board game.
Oh,
there was a lot of hype around that. Still, it's hard to find. And that's like one of the ones on Facebook that I got messages from instantly.
Right.
So I knew that one was going to sell. Something like Fox in the Forest, probably not going to. I'd be surprised if someone wanted to buy that used.
Well, it's just,
because you can get it for $10 or $15.
Yeah.
And I think there was a couple others. I think it was time to get rid of Lord of the Rings, the Journeys Through Middle Earth. That one we played a lot, and it just wasn't. It was good. Yeah, is what I'm trying to say. We did a whole episode on it. It's great, but Mansions of Madness is the same game, and for us, that one's just better.
Right. So that's the name of the game. Like, culling for us doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad game. It's just maybe better used on someone else's shelf, and that's okay. And
then it's just it's a hard thing to do. Like, we brought a stack over to our local game store, and they gave us some credit.
Yep.
I think we sent them 8 games.
Yep.
And they probably gave us $10 each.
Sure.
On average. And so that works out. I mean, that's a pretty good game in return, but it's like 8-1, not the greatest. But we're done. Like, that was 8 games that we don't have anymore and don't need to worry about. But then, like, I don't know, depending on where you are, we have a store called Bookman's here that takes used stuff. Half-price books. I don't know if they do games. Goodwill, you just give them away. So it's fun. You want to get something back. And I'm not opposed to giving them away either.
Right.
Like, I've done that many times at work.
Yep.
I don't know. Like,
'twas the season.
'Twas the season.
'Twas.
Maybe it's just the oppressive heat
I
in
know.
Arizona. And we're just like, oh my gosh.
The heat's taking over.
So I've got like a heat headache and I need to get rid of all this stuff.
Yeah, I think it was a good thing for us to do. Everyone that has a meaty collection of games probably needs to do this every once in a while. And so that's where we found ourselves. And should we talk about maybe the gaming lull that we've been in?
Yeah, that's a good transition because like it's kind of the same thing. We're not getting rid of games to get out. We're not done.
We're not done.
It's not something that we like give up. But because of like what we explained at the top of the show, you know, it's been really hard to find time to play and also find games that we're interested in playing right now.
Yeah. I know that this doesn't get talked about a lot, at least from the media that we consume, whether it's gaming podcasts or Instagram, and it's kind of unpopular because it's a little bit of a sad topic because we found ourselves in this season of just not wanting to play games at the end of the day. It's a little bit easier to play as a family. So we have been playing
there's been a few.
Some little games, which we'll talk about. That'd be a good thing to talk about at the end of the episode. But as far as like just Christian and I sitting down to play a game, it's been a big break, like maybe a few months. And we just found ourselves like not wanting to think anymore at the end of the day. It's sad. It's like intellectually, at least for me, I want to play a game.
Sure.
But we're just burnt out from...
I was going to say, is it burnout?
From maybe, I mean, it did kind of, I don't know if it was causation or just correlation, but we did have that big like gaming weekend with our friends that we talked about a few months back.
Yeah.
It was in March. And since then it's kind of been this gaming lull.
The drought.
The
2023 drought.
And we've gone to our local game store, like Christian said, to do those games. And we've looked around and we're not even like excited really about buying anything, which is good.
That's definitely good.
We don't need to spend more money. So yeah, I guess I just wanted to open up that conversation with anyone that's listening and to let you know that if this has ever happened to you, whether just for one weekend or for an extended period of time, you're not alone. It doesn't mean you're not a gamer anymore. So I don't know. Do you have any thoughts to add, Christian?
I don't think so. It's just strange. Maybe I've just been into it for so long and not being like, no, there are some games that I am looking forward to that are coming out, but like, there's not a lot where I'm like, ooh, what about this? Usually, like in the past, I've showed you a game like, I don't know, every 2-3 weeks.
Right.
Hey, look at this. Hey, look at this. But it just hasn't happened as frequently anymore. Right. Or these days. Not anymore.
Yeah. Just for, since March, I said. And
yeah, looking back at that, how many games, I think we talked about it, but how many games did we play that weekend?
Oh, I know we read the stats on our podcast. I feel like I think there was 17 games played or something
17
like that.
Total like plays.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't involved in every play, right? Because we split the group.
Yeah.
But
that ranged from like a 3-player game of Ahoy to a 6-player game of Unfathomable to Secret Hitler to tons of stuff.
Yeah.
So many games.
And it included I don't want to exaggerate, but I think 5-hour Ark Nova session.
It was a learning session.
Yes. You were not involved in that. You were split.
I played Vast.
That's right. Time. And I took on teaching 3 other people Ark Nova, which, I'm not above criticism. Maybe I'm not the best game teacher. I don't know. I feel like I did as good of a job as you could
Yeah, I mean,
do.
it's a skill. I think we both are good at different parts of that.
Yeah. And so, and like Christian said, it was a learning. Like all three other people had never played before. And there were some people that are prone to analysis paralysis at the table. And it just went on and on and on.
I think I played 2.5 games. Like, I learned Vast, and then we played something else during that Arc Nova sesh.
Yep.
Which I felt bad for not only you, but even the other people. Like, that's just way too long.
Well,
to not even finish a game? Did you even finish?
We did.
Oh,
we took a break, and then we came back and finished because everyone wanted to.
Well, that's good.
I said, hey guys, we do not have to finish this. Like, you're off the hook.
I mean, if I were a part of that, that would have burnt me out for 2 months as well. So
yeah, I don't know that that's the direct cause.
Like, it's just kind of funny to think about.
But since then, I think one of the 3 other people that were in the game has bought the game.
Yes.
And then the other 2 loved it.
They requested it.
They asked to play it all the time. So I didn't burn them out.
No, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, so this has just been a season. I think it's slowly, at least for me, like ramping back up.
Well, that's good. I mean, you have been playing a little bit more Marvel Champions recently.
Yes.
I'm not as excited for that. I think that the X-Men that were released, I had a lot of high expectations for it, and they just kind of have fallen flat for me.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh, cool. It's more of the same, but a little different, you know? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think we'll probably have a Marvel Champions only episode coming out soon, so we can maybe dive more into that. But I have been kind of slowly picking back up with Marvel Champions. It's tough because I really, really, really want to learn John Company. And I have tried 3 separate times to take that out and learn it. Guys, I've even tried watching a video.
That's true. You and I sat through like a 2-hour video.
And if you're new to the show or just haven't heard me say it in a while, I am a rule book person. I am not usually a learn by video. I will like clarify rules by video. That's fine. But I usually don't learn by watching the video. Christian does. And so this one, it just has me stumped. I've tried learning it at night after kids are in bed. I've tried learning it in the afternoon when kids are around but not involved. I've tried learning it by myself.
Well, they're at school.
Where they're at school and Christian's at work and I'm at home. And it's just like nothing has made it easier to learn. And I am really stumped.
It hasn't clicked, yeah.
Because I really want to learn that game. And I feel like it's every time I would just feel so defeated by like, okay, I can't play. I just can't learn this.
Yeah, I mean, we're huge fans of Cole Worley and what he does because we loved. The more we play PAX Premier, the more we like it. Still very confusing.
Sure.
And we're not saying John Company won't be. Obviously, it is. It's taken us a long time to figure this thing out.
Yeah.
Root is one of our favorites. Oath and Ahoy, like everything they do is so much fun and like interesting to us.
Yeah, I feel like I just need to like crack the nut.
Ooh.
You know, and then like the meat inside.
The meat.
I'm good with the analogies.
I guess so.
Yeah, so if you have ever had this with a game or if you know how to play John Company.
Yeah, any tips and tricks?
Yeah, just please encourage us. Encourage me.
Yeah, can we play it? Can we even play it with 2 people? I know you can. There's the Kings, the Crown board, which is just crazy. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's something else like we would love to know. Like, is it even worth learning for 2-player? Or do you really need more than 2 to get the experience?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And you have a note on here about, it looks like 2 games are battling each other.
Oh, yes.
I think I know where you're going with that, but I'll let you kind of lead the conversation around that.
So
this is during the lull.
Yeah, during the lull and up until now, there has been one game that I'm very interested in, and one game that Christian, I don't know about but has expressed interest in.
Yeah, I'm looking for like a jump start.
Yes.
And for my dead game battery.
So we both feel like this game would like jumpstart our lull and make it so that we would be excited about games again. Unfortunately, we don't have the same game in mind.
No, they're complete opposites.
So we've been kind of battling it out low key. Mine is Lacrimosa. I am wanting to dive into this game. I've read about it. I think it looks neat. I think the theme is so cool. We are both very musical and have a classical background. So,
ooh, classical.
Well, I'm just saying
we know how to play piano.
We can read music.
I mean, in this room, I see a musical keyboard, two guitars, 3 guitars, a record player. There's probably other junk around here too. So
it just sounds like, gosh, this would be right up our alley. And Christian's like, wah, wah.
It just looks so boring.
Ugh.
But it has like a musical staff on the board, which is cool. Like, I get it. I can read it. And it's like, it should be interesting. But also it's like, I don't get it.
You
even sang the song when you were in high school, right?
Yes, like Lacrimosa, I think it's part of the Requiem.
Sure, but it's like a famous choir song, right?
Yeah. I'm not going to sing it right now.
No, I didn't ask you to, but if you want to, go ahead.
So I just feel like it would be a fun game to kind of jumpstart us. But you want...
Well, yeah, it's just one that I'm like, obviously it's interesting to me. I was interested in it when the Kickstarter was around, and it finally, is in retail, and that's Marvel Zombies, which is the CMON game based on Zombicide, but it's Marvel. So, Christian likes it. But I'm also looking over here at the shelf, and I have so many Marvel games that I'm like, do I really need another Marvel game? And Zombicide is just kind of okay. It was great when it first came out because it was new, and now they have so many versions.
Yeah. And
it's like, well, is this one different enough? Is it cool enough? Because now it's the Marvel thing and the kids can play, and I don't know.
I don't know.
They're so different.
You took the arguments I was going to have out of my mouth. Like, I was just going to say, this just doesn't seem any different than it's just another Marvel game.
Yeah.
So I'm not as excited about that one. So we've been kind of battling about...
It's also very expensive.
Sure.
Which we have credit at the store, but still.
Lacrimosa versus Marvel Zombies.
Yeah.
The person working the counter the day I asked about Lacrimosa said that he has heard great things about it, which I have heard great things about it. And so... let us know if you have any opinion about the battle between Lacrimosa and Marvel Zombies.
Yeah. I mean, there's even another Marvel game coming out like in 2 weeks called Dagger.
Oh.
Which is a co-op Marvel game.
There you go.
Still expensive, but I don't know. It's just there's always something else with Star Wars and Marvel. But yeah, so I guess we could ask everybody, like, what are you guys playing? Like, what's the new game that you're super excited for? Because obviously, we're looking for something.
Yes.
We have so much to choose from, which is great, and we can do that. But like, we also I think because of like the season that we're in, we haven't really been paying attention to what's coming.
Yeah. Let us know, and even if it's something that has been around for a while, or for in board gaming land, a year.
Yeah, over a year old. What?
Just let us know, because maybe we haven't played it or we forgot about it.
Has anybody played Heat, that driving game?
Oh yeah,
everyone loves that one.
Saw that on our Instagram a few times.
Yeah. At the store we go to, they're like, it's not going to last through the weekend. We have 8
know.
copies.
Yeah. So let us know. We also have some games on our shelves that we have never played. It's not very many, but we've got ISS Vanguard.
Which is like giant.
Yes.
It's like Gloomhaven in size.
Right.
Yeah.
We've got Station Fall, which I don't think we can play.
I think we can. It's
2?
just, it's hard.
Okay.
And then, but again, I hear it's great. I hear it's just zany and weird.
We've got John Company, which we obviously cannot play. So there's things we can do in our house without buying a game. But we thought maybe if someone had a suggestion out there, it would.
Yeah,
spark some
what's
interest.
everybody playing? Please let us know. Maybe even in a iTunes review.
Plant that idea.
But you guys know how to find us. We're on Instagram, and you can email us at hello@marriedandbored.com. Well, let's get rid of all the negative energy.
It's not negative. It's just reality.
The truthful energy.
Yeah.
And let's talk about what we have been playing.
Okay.
Because we have been playing some games. Now, it might not be the big, Rising Sun Night or 3 campaigns of Undaunted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we just haven't had those types of gaming sessions.
Right.
I'll start this one by saying one of my favorite pickups in the last few months was a Target clearance.
That's right. I forgot about this.
I didn't even know they sold this game, and it was like on clearance for like $12. And it's Kabuto Sumo, which is a dexterity sumo wrestling game by the people who make the Jasper table.
Yeah. Board game tables.
Yeah,
they've changed.
all play games. Yeah.
So that one was interesting. I remember seeing it on Instagram, a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so it had gone out of my mind.
It was all over the place for
And
a
then
while. It's popular.
And then you picked it up, and that was a good one to play as a family. I don't think that I would choose it just for you and I.
No.
But I think it was fun. I also think it's one that can stay in our collection for just like an icebreaker if we have another couple over.
Oh yeah, we're having a game night this week actually to try to get going again, and that would be a fun one to start with because it's 20 minutes tops.
Yeah, and it's low key and totally. So,
that was my favorite game that we played in the past few months.
Right,
I had a really good time. It's just interesting, different shapes of discs that are on this raised table, and you push them off, and you try to keep your little beetle. Everyone's a bug in this sumo wrestling world. You try to keep your beetle on, and you try to push off everyone else's. And so, because everything's round and odd shaped, it doesn't quite go where you want it to.
Yeah.
So you just kind of have to navigate the. It's not physics, is it? Is it the physics of how everything moves?
Oh, wow.
Or the geometry? I don't know.
It reminds me of that arcade game that you always sit in front of whenever we go to like a kid's arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Christian will just find the one that has all the tokens that are almost falling off the ledge.
Oh, yeah, with the quarter push thing?
Yeah, and you like insert a token or
Yep.
insert a quarter or whatever it is, and then you try to get it to like push other ones off the edge.
I love those.
I know.
I want to do that. It's because one time there was literally a tower of like 1,000 coins in this thing, and it fell over on my turn. And I was like, this is great. This
so
is
rewarding.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my goodness, I have so many tickets to get one Tootsie Roll.
So if Christian's ever at like a kid's birthday or like anything like that and you can't find him, it's
I'll
like,
be in the
where's Dad?
the
Well,
quarter
Dad's
push
probably
game.
playing that game.
Yep.
So that's what it reminds me of, which makes sense of why you like it.
Yeah.
And I like it too. It's good.
I like it more.
Okay, this is a competition. I've been playing Final Girl, and so I'm slowly working my way through, not in any particular order, but we have seasons 1 and 2.
We do.
So I'm preparing an episode for y'all.
Yeah.
So, Christian, you are cordially invited to the episode.
I'll be there. I think I need to give it another try.
Okay.
I just don't like playing solo games.
Yeah.
I would rather just turn on the PlayStation and the solo game is right there.
Yeah.
I don't want to set up 42 pieces.
And it does the work for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe Christian will make a guest appearance on the Final Girl episode.
Yeah, my solo game episode will be about Zelda and Diablo.
Got it.
Done.
And Marvel Snap.
Sure.
Oh, mentioned it.
I didn't do it.
I did it. And I've been playing with the kids a little card game called Walkie Talkie, and that we found at our local game store, and another card game, which I know most people have heard about, Hanabi. Am I pronouncing that right?
I think so.
Okay.
Hanabi.
That's probably right. Hanabi. It's the fireworks on the outside of it's a card game as well, outside of the box, and that one's neat. You actually played that one with us once.
I played Walkie Talkie as well.
Oh,
that's
okay.
the color and word one, right?
Yeah, okay. I forgot you had played that. So I think Hanabi, or Hanabi, I can't say it. Hanabi probably needs, the kids played it, and I think they had enough of a good time, but I think they need to maybe play it a few more times to understand some strategy.
Well, what's the deal with that one? What's the unique thing?
Yeah, the unique thing is you have a hand of cards, but you can't see them. So you like hold it, like think of the game Headbands. You like hold it so that the rest of the table can see your cards, but you cannot.
Yeah.
And so I can see the other player's cards, but I can't see my own. So you try to give each other, it's cooperative, so you try to give each other clues in the game structures, how you can give clues to each other to play cards in the correct order.
Yeah.
And so that I think is such a fun idea. You know, games like that, like The Mind. I like those ideas, like even the love letter games where you try to.
I do like the Star Wars love letter one a lot. Jabba's
where you
Palace,
try to collect information and then somehow like share it with your team or use it to your advantage. I like those games. So I think we need to play that one more.
Sure.
And I like that both of those are just easily portable because
they're tiny.
It's nice to just bring it somewhere. And then I think that's pretty much all that we've been playing.
Well, our most recent pickup, we had the opportunity to go. We took the family to Disneyland.
Oh, that's right.
This past week. And so the kids are the perfect age, 7 and almost 10. They got to ride, they basically rode all the rides they wanted to.
Yep.
Still couldn't get them to go on Space Mountain, which is fine.
There was a really long wait.
The wait
for
is
that one.
terrible for that ride.
Yeah.
And then there was, I went on Guardians by myself, but the kids didn't want to do that one.
Our daughter came back from the trip going, I wish I would have gone on that one.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know that feeling.
Yeah, but
you'll get it next time.
She's very, she gets very nervous when she doesn't know what's going to happen. And so it was just really interesting. The first day at Disneyland, she was kind of very nervous about, what's happening, what's on this ride, what's over here. Mm-hmm. And then the second day, she was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Because she knew. Anyways, Star Wars Land, awesome. Love it. We bought the Star Wars card game. We bought a card game in the Star Wars Land called Sabacc.
Right.
Which is the game in the Star Wars universe that Han Solo and Lando play. And that's how he won the Millennium Falcon from Lando.
Yeah.
So, and they made a game about it. It's like blackjack-esque.
Poker a little bit. You bet. And you try to get the lowest score among your two cards.
Closest to 0.
Or I guess you can have more than 2 cards.
Mm-hmm.
And the cards are worth certain values. So, you want to, there's a little bit of a bluffing element. Try to get people to fold and see how close to 0 you can get. We use we realized that we got rid of our poker chips a while back in a yard sale. And so we had to use the Brass Birmingham upgraded
poker chips,
like coins. But it worked out fine.
It worked out fine. We could have used anything. We have oath money. It could have been whatever. And
we successfully taught our kids how to gamble.
Yeah, and so we made up the gambling rules. So I don't really know if we did it right. But if you if you know how to play Sabacc or know proper-ish gambling rules, let us know. I mean, it's fun. It's just kind of interesting game to play. No one's won a Starship yet, but
sadly,
it's a fun thing to do. It's been entertaining, and it's just fun for me because it's, again, it's Star Wars.
And when you took the kids to build the lightsaber.
I did.
And I wasn't allowed to go because I was the fourth member of the party.
Force member.
Oh, yeah, the Force member.
Yeah.
That's right. So I was walking around Galaxy's Edge, and I saw cast members playing it.
You probably could have sat down.
Probably. I just
know.
didn't know what it was at the time.
Yeah.
But they have, like a distinctive card shape.
Yeah, it's
like the ones you bought. So at the time, I had no idea what they were doing. They were just playing this game with cards that looked that way. And then you bought it, I think that later that same night.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I saw people playing that game.
Yeah. And then looking back, I think I did too, just walking through it.
Mm-hmm.
Just being like, oh, I wonder, I know what that is.
So that was fun. A fun little addition to our gaming collection. And so those are the things we have been playing. And so I guess maybe a true lull. No, but it feels like a lull for us because the games we would normally play, especially just the two of us, like just Christian and I, have been on hold. And maybe it's John Company's fault. I mean, maybe it's
just too much history.
Maybe it's 5 Hour Arc Nova's fault. I don't know. Or it's just
life.
Life.
It's life's fault.
All right. So let's take a break and we'll come back and we'll mention some things that we are looking forward to.
Well, we're actually excited for playing.
Yeah.
To play.
That we're actually excited to play that are coming out
in the near future.
This episode is sponsored by Showit. Are you stuck in a boring website template? Maybe you don't even know where to start. Experience the true creative freedom with the drag and drop simplicity of a Showit website. Our website, marriedandbored.com, is a Showit website, and we love how simple it is to create. Get started for free at showit.co. You won't be disappointed.
All right, thanks for sticking with us, everybody. We are now looking to the future.
Instead of adding in an echo effect, Christian
I did it.
He did
I did it. I've been to the future. We just got back from Star Wars Land, like we mentioned, so I know it's coming.
That was a long time ago, though, in a galaxy far away.
So somehow we went back in time to the future.
Yes.
I think there's a movie about that. But anyways, we decided to look at, we get stuck in these Kickstarter hype. Like there's tons of hype around Kickstarter. For us, not recently, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
That's where all the new games are coming. There's still regular releases. We understand that. But so since 2020 to now, we've bought a handful on there. And so we're still waiting for some, and it's crazy to think of. Fingers crossed that these are coming soon.
Yes.
So we each wanted to just talk about 2 games each that we are looking forward to receiving, whether it's via pre-order or a Kickstarter in the next few months. So Angela, let's kick it over to you. And what is one of your games that you are looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to a small card game called Fika.
Fika? What is Fika?
What is Fika in general, or what is the game Fika?
How about both? I know what both are, but you fill in our dear listeners.
Fika is a Swedish term that it means, I'm probably going to butcher the exact meaning, but basically just a break from your day to connect.
Yeah.
And rest for a minute.
Yes.
So not like sleep rest, but just have some coffee.
Well, in Sweden, where it's from, it's specifically drink coffee, eat cakes.
Mm-hmm. Which, why don't we all move to Sweden?
We just need to do that more.
So, yeah, a break to drink coffee, eat cakes, chat with people, and then go back to your regular day.
Mm-hmm.
And this card game, I saw it on social media, and it just looked beautiful. It's the art from, why am I forgetting her name? She did Wingspan.
It's Sobel.
Yes. So that, and Calico, I think she did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. So Beth Sobel, is that right?
That sounds right.
She did the art, and it's beautiful. There was like a picture of this beautiful cup of coffee, and then this beautiful like
cookie.
No, it was like the Swedish princess cake, that has like the green
it's like
marzipan.
dome.
Yeah, around it, and it was so pretty. And then I got hungry, and then I was like, I should pre-order that. So I pre-ordered it
And a cake
from Miniature Market, and it said it was supposed to be here in the near future, and that was in March. So I'm hoping.
It's still not here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So-
that's board game pre-orders these days. You just never know.
Never know.
Well, that's a cool one. Like I forgot about that one. And then you said it's a card game.
Yep.
Do you think it's Sushi Go-esque where you try to get combos with 3 cakes or
I think it's 2-player only.
pair the best cup of coffee with the Swedish biscuit?
I don't know. I'm excited.
Cool.
What about you?
So one on my list is, I'll say Fox Experiment. That is one that I played at Gen Con last year and is supposed to be released at Gen Con this year. And that's from, now I can't think of her name. Oh, Elizabeth
With
Hargrave.
Yep.
Wingspan and Mariposas. And it was a fun game. It's like a generational fox game. They tried to breed. It's a Russian experiment back in the day where they tried to breed. I don't know if they tried to breed the wildness out of foxes or try to domesticate foxes. And so that's kind of what the game is based off.
Interesting.
It's very cool. Looking forward to that one. I don't know much. I mean, I played it, but I don't need to like go into details because I don't really remember because it was a while ago. But
almost a year.
Yeah, everything looked great. And I'm looking forward to that one coming because we have always enjoyed her games.
I am looking forward to that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to choose a different one.
Were you going to choose Fox Experiment?
No.
Okay.
I think I'll pick. I don't think it'll be here anytime soon, though. So that's kind of a wah. But Bark Avenue, I'm really looking forward to. It's like dog walking.
Yes.
And we pre-ordered it or kickstarted it.
Yep.
Kickstarter. Back when our dog was still alive.
Yes.
And there was an option, for more money, of course, to send in a picture and some information about your dog. And they would make a card
In the game. Yeah.
with like stats that actually reflect what your dog is like.
Yeah, like our dog's name was Lucy, and her walk, I don't know, her walk speed would probably be like 2 out of 10.
Right. Or
'Cause she
whatever.
was just so slow.
Whatever the stats are. And at the time it was like, we should do this. And then it was like, no, it's so much money. And then sadly she passed away soon after that.
Right.
And it's like, we really should have done that because then she would have lived on in the game, but she can live on in our hearts.
That's right.
So in an effort to not make this super sad, Bark Avenue, I am looking forward to that. I know there's a game called Dog Park that is out.
True.
That I'm also semi-interested in, up there with Lacrimosa. Christian thinks they're the same thing, like Bark Avenue, Dog Park. Isn't that the same thing? I have no idea.
I have a lot of games that are similar, and I can't really say like we can't have 2 games about dogs.
Right.
But to me, they're just like so the same.
So if anyone has played Dog Park, I'd love to hear your feedback about that one. Christian would not like to hear your feedback.
I'll hear feedback. I'll just ignore it.
Because then it means we might have to purchase it. So I'm excited about Bark Avenue. You?
Very cool. The next one that I'm excited for, I will say, Arcs, of course.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's scheduled to come Q4 of this year. I don't think that's a reality, honestly. But they've since the Kickstarter is closed. They've added a 2-player mode, which is awesome for us.
Yes.
They've kind of streamlined a lot of things. They updated the map to look very different, which honestly, I don't like the new map because I've been following it through.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't enjoy it, but it's not my choice, and I'll just have to live with it.
Yep.
And so I'm just looking forward to that. It's a Leader Games game. Always love what they do. So that would be my number 2 game that I'm looking for. And you can find all the information online on all these games and probably in the show notes.
Absolutely. There are 2 other games that we're going to share.
Yeah.
Announcing.
Oh, we're going to announce them?
Yeah, we're breaking news.
Sure.
No, Christian and I just really both agreed on these games. We're so curious about what they're going to be, and we want to buy them. Like, kind of no matter what people say, we're going to buy them.
Well, yeah, of course. And once we say what they are, you'll be like, duh.
Go ahead, Christian.
Okay, so the first one is the new Disney card game that's coming called Lorcana, which is I don't know what it is.
That's the thing. They get you. They reel you in.
Okay, so I want to say Magic the Gathering, but Disney-esque. I'm sure there's blogs and stuff that I could go to where people have played it, and they'll explain it. But I don't want to.
Right.
Because I don't want to have any idea of what I'm getting into. I think I want to keep it very vague for me so that it's just a new experience. And because it's Disney, we're going to play it with the kids. And I think it's a battler, so it's just 1v1.
Okay.
So I don't even know how it works. Mickey Mouse versus Buzz Lightyear. And you play cards and do your thing and race to points, or I don't know. And the art looks awesome. I don't know if you've looked at any of it.
I don't remember if I did.
Yeah, it's very Disney. It's also very, very card gamey.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of text on the cards. It's going to be very popular. The good thing about this one is it's coming out this summer, like in August.
Ooh.
So we're going to try to get some pre-orders through our store in.
Look out the way. Here we come.
How do you feel about that one?
I'm not at all interested in Magic the Gathering, but slap Disney on it, and that sounds great. So
you're like, my Minnie Mouse deck can beat your Goofy deck.
I think we talked about this, you and I, not on the podcast, but way long ago, before we even started the podcast. I think our daughter was young, like 3 or 4, and she was into My Little Pony.
She was.
And we just were like, what if there was a Magic?
Like a My Little Pony card game.
Yeah. So then this is just kind of reminding me of, they actually slapped a IP on that I will enjoy.
Yeah. Now, we'll say it's not Magic the Gathering.
No, it's not.
It's got its own rule set. It's by Ravensburger.
Yes.
So it's a collectible card game. So you have to buy packs and you have to try to find the good Goofy card or the good Woody Buzz card. I don't even know.
So yeah, I'm just likening it to Magic the Gathering. It's not a new skin of Magic the Gathering.
Yes.
Sorry for the confusion. But I am really interested in the fact that it's Disney. I'm excited to see what the characters do. I'm hoping our kids will be into it. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, because like our son loves Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but the game is kind of dumb. Playing Pokemon game is really boring.
It is.
And so like I'm fine with them collecting this, so we'll see how it goes.
And the other one, of course, is the new Star Wars card game.
Yeah, Unlimited. Well,
tell me about it,
Well,
Christian.
no, this is the one you're more excited for.
Because
it's Star Wars.
Oh, is it opposite day?
Uh-huh.
So Star Wars just released, not Star Wars, Fantasy Flight just released the Star Wars deck building game.
Yes.
So this is different. This is a trading card game, right?
It is. It's a TCG.
Okay. Tell us about it.
So there's really not much known about it, which is stupid.
Super vague.
We know that it's coming 2024. It's called Star Wars Unlimited. That's all I know.
That's all we know.
It looks great. obviously it's Star Wars. Christian's interested. The art, in the little bit of art that we've seen for it, it looks great. It's a new art style, so it's like more, I don't know, how would you describe this, Ian? It's like cartoony almost,
like
or
like Golden Book.
yeah, it's just very classic is a good word.
Yeah.
It looks cool. The cards are very interesting. You have a leader card, and then you have bases that you have to defend, and cards you can deploy to bases. So it's, if you play the new deck builder, it's got a little bit of vibes of that, but I'm sure there's a lot more going on.
Oh yeah, and there's like a ground and a space arena.
That's right. There's two different arenas. That's what it is.
So this seems very much, at first glance, like the deck building game.
It does, but I think it's different.
Right. Yes, of course, it's different. So we have to find out what that is once it comes out next year.
Yeah. I mean, we should have put deck building game on our list of games we played because our son discovered that.
Yes, our son
and
discovered.
And we played that so many times.
Yeah, every day he would ask.
For about 2 weeks.
Will you play? Will you play? And
so we've played that game quite a bit.
Quite a bit, yes.
Yeah. So looking for new news on Star Wars Unlimited. I could see this one, like for me, I'm more excited about this than I am any new Marvel Champions stuff.
Interesting. Okay.
So I could see that replacing Marvel Champions for me personally.
Okay.
Not saying it's going to happen because it's not. They're different. It's not co-op. I can't. Like,
it's true, and you've got me to go through for Marvel Champions, so I'm gonna keep.
You're gonna keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
Yep.
Okay. Are we wrapping it up?
Yeah. Let's put a little bow on this episode and start saying our long goodbyes.
As we do in Minnesota, where we're from.
Yep, you just keep on waving at the end of the street until everyone leaves.
It's like the classic, like someone says they have to go, and then 45 minutes later, you're finally in your car. It's
or you're just at the door.
Yeah.
Still talking. Sometimes you open the door, no one goes out the door.
Yep.
Oh, gosh.
This is how it is at our podcast. Are we wrapping it up the way we usually do?
Yeah, let's wrap it up the way we're usually doing it. And, what has been bringing you joy outside of board games? Obviously, this episode is a little different. It doesn't seem like much is bringing us joy inside a board game. But that's not necessarily true. But, like, what are we doing besides playing games?
Well, I got to take the big one. Disneyland brought me a lot of joy.
That was true. You had so much fun there.
Outside of board games.
I don't think I've seen you have that much fun in a while.
Oh, wow. Look, and we celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary.
That's true.
So,
that's true. At Disney.
It really was the most magical day. No, it was a lot of fun. We did California Adventure for 1 day, Disney for 2, and it was a lot of fun.
It was great. I had a really good time.
What about you?
I've been really enjoying, I'll talk about 2 things.
Okay.
I'm on and they're both video game related. I'm on a video game kick these days. 2 great games have dropped.
Okay.
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which is the new Zelda game on Nintendo. Playing that a lot. It's very fun. I wasn't a huge Zelda fan.
Okay.
But now I'm a huge Zelda fan.
Wow.
and I want to play them all, there's a lot. Yeah. I played old ones back in the day, like on Nintendo 64, like Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker on GameCube, but I never finished that one. So I want to play all of them, and that's a lot of hours of games, but we'll see how that goes.
That is a lot.
I don't think I could do it. Even if I try to do them all by the end of the year, there's no way. Because they're so long.
Well, not with that attitude.
And then Diablo 4 launched a couple weeks ago. Diablo is my favorite game ever. Diablo 3 was. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but I did. So come at me.
Come at me.
I played a lot of hours in that. And so 4 has been awesome. I haven't played a ton of it yet because of the vacations. And Zelda got in the way. But I'm looking forward to jumping in and doing a lot of Diablo 4. So those are the 2 games that I'm excited for. Also, I've been watching these YouTube videos of like retro game collectors.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just kind of like scratching a fun nostalgia itch.
Yeah.
They go on like hunts to like Goodwills and swap meets and antique stores just to try to find like maybe it's old 80s toys that I remember or video games. They're into some of them are like way into like retro shirts.
Oh,
which is really weird. Like if you're like I wear a bigger size, so it's not going to happen for me. But
well, you could collect the shirt.
Yeah, but they wear them.
Oh, they wear it.
Yeah.
I would think if you pay good money for it, you wouldn't want to wear it.
No, I was listening to this podcast just last night when I went on an errand, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're way into retro shirts." And he's like, "Yeah, what about that shirt you're wearing right now?" They're like, "Oh yeah, I paid like $200 for this."
What?
And I was like,
"Oh my gosh."
Okay, that's crazy. But then they were equating it to like, what would you pay like $200 for a Gucci shirt?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't.
No, I'm just saying like people who would. There's like a rack of Gucci shirts that they're all the same and they're all $200, or this unique retro whatever shirt.
Sure. Okay. I guess I can see the logic. I just would be so afraid to wear it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. First of all, I would never spend that much money on a t-shirt.
Like, I don't mind the fact that they collect them.
Yeah.
That and spending $200 for a collector item, that seems relatively cheap.
Sure.
But to
also wear it,
that seems like you're rolling the dice.
Yeah.
Especially with the spills we have in our household.
And most of those spills are mine. So if you're interested in that, Retro Rick on YouTube, Pixel Game Squad, that's who I've been kind of watching their videos. It's been fun.
Awesome. Christian, what you reading?
What am I reading?
Yeah.
So I'm not reading any books right now. I want to read some books, but it's the whole time thing. You know, you have so much time for free time, and board games, video games, and books compete for that same chunk of time.
It's true.
And so right now, obviously, it's video games, and that's just been what it is. So no books for me. Angela, what about you?
Well, thanks for asking, Christian.
Yeah.
I am reading 2 huge books.
Huge,
So they're
just dictionary size.
Well, kinda. It's been a while for me on these 2 books. So I'm listening to a book called The Covenant of Water, and they're both fiction, and they actually the first one, The Covenant of Water, I want to say it takes place in Southeast Asia. I'm only a little bit into it right now.
It sounds like it could be a name of a fantasy book.
It kind of has like a fantasy element. Okay. But I would say it's mostly based in reality.
Yeah, totally. I'm just saying the title.
Yeah. And then there is a physical book I'm actually reading called The Age of Vice. And it
also fantasy title.
And that one actually looks like the cover might be fantasy, but it's not. It's I think they classify it as a mystery, which I don't know. I struggle with classifying it as that. It does center around like a mysterious car crash, but it's more fiction. To me.
Cool.
And so that one is India, again, Southeast Asia. So I am living in Southeast Asia right now, and that's where I'm going to be for a while.
Yeah. You want to go get some Thai food for lunch?
Absolutely. Well, everyone, that's what we got for you right now.
Yeah. We appreciate you taking the time, sticking with us. I know a lot of you are asking, like, when's the next episode coming? It's here.
It's here.
And we got some good ones queued up. What are we going to talk about coming up in the future, Ange? We got Final Girl. You mentioned that.
Final Girl coming up.
We want to talk about Marvel Champions. We're going to talk about Great Wall.
Yeah.
Which was a big box game we got this year earlier. What else?
And then coming up in the next, to finish out this calendar year, we might have an interview or 2 coming up.
We want to talk to the guys with Critical Encounters. They've said that they'd be more than happy to come on the show. So maybe we'll do like an end of summer board game recap with them.
Yeah.
Just see what they're playing, what we're playing, and just kind of catch up and talk about games together. So I think that would be fun. We hope everybody is doing well. Angela, how can they get a hold of us to leave that iTunes review or send us an email on the hot hot board games that everyone's playing?
Video games. Okay. You can reach out to us on Instagram at Married and Bored. You can email us hello@marriedandbored.com. We do have a website, marriedandbored.com, and you can fill out the form filler there. And you can also reach us on Twitter.
Yeah, you can. I don't think people will, but
at Married Board.
That's right.
We'd love for you to leave a review wherever you get your podcasts, and that would be amazing. On Instagram, we are at, I think, like the last time I checked, it was like 905 followers.
Yeah, less than 100.
Less than 1,000. Oh, no, you mean
away.
Less than 100 away from 1K. And we've got a really good giveaway for that 1K whenever we hit it. And we're so excited. So pass it on. Like, have your grandma follow us.
Yeah, let's get some follows, guys.
Let's go. Just be like, Grandma, let me just take your phone for a second.
Just follow these people.
Follow these people. It doesn't matter. And get us to 1K so we can give away something.
Also, if your grandma has Instagram, that's pretty baller.
That is impressive.
I mean, our kid's grandma does, but...
Yeah. So anyway, until next time, we hope to hear from you in feedback and in reviews, and we will see you in a few weeks.
Yeah. Happy 30th birthday, Jurassic Park.
Oh, I was going to say it.
My number 2 favorite movie of all time. Have a good day, everyone.
Bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Married and Bored podcast. And guess what? We have a website where you can listen to podcast episodes and so much more. Find us at marriedandbored.com, or you can email us at hello@marriedandbored.com, or follow us on Instagram @marriedandbored. Music in this episode is by Joseph McDade. See you next time.